In 1958, Bobby Bizup was a 10-year-old boy visiting Rocky Mountain National Park with other boys from his local church. Bobby was partially deaf. One day, a camp counselor found him fishing at a river and told him it was time to come back for dinner. Bobby agreed. As they started to head back, the counselor glanced behind him to double-check on Bobby. He was still there. A few minutes later, the counselor checked behind him once more, only to see that Bobby was gone. He was no longer behind him. There was no scream that was heard that would indicate a struggle, or that something happened, or that he was attacked. The search for Bobby began quite quickly. There were 300 people involved, and they covered 16 square miles. There were apparent sightings of Bobby in the town nearby, but they all turned out to be other boys and not Bobby. Sadly, 1 year goes by. There had been no more sightings and no more evidence. One day, 3 camp counselors were searching Mount Meeker, an area that had previously been searched many times. This time, the counselors found something that belonged to Bobby. They found his hearing aid, along with small bits of his clothing and a few bones. Where was the rest of Bobby? Why was there only a few bones? The location where his bones were found were 3.5 miles from where he was last seen by the river. There were also almost 3,000 feet up the side of a mountain. How is it that a 10-year-old boy climbed the side of a mountain with no hiking gear and in cold weather? Where was he when 300 people were calling out his name for 4 days? We may never know what happened that day, but I pray that he is at peace. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Matthew Greene. Matthew was a 39-year-old high school math teacher who had served in the Peace Corps in New Guinea. Matthew is described as an expert hiker and an avid outdoorsman. In June 2013, in the Eastern Sierra Mountains, Matthew joined his friends as they planned to go hiking in these mountains. However, Matthew's car broke down, so he decided to let his friends go without him while he waited for his car to be fixed. Matthew stayed at the campground and waited it out. He had kept in contact with his friends and his parents, texting them on occasion. On July 17th, his friends returned to the campsite, only Matthew was not there. He had never picked up his repaired car and hadn't been seen by anyone in over 1 week. Greene's friends called the police. As police were searching, they found that some hiking gear had been missing, along with a guidebook, which were missing some pages. The missing pages were from the Mount Ritter and Mount Banner area. Matthew, however, didn't sign into either summit's log, and no one had seen him there. Several of Matthew's friends flew to California and began their own search. Search was airborne and on land. Search and rescue looked for Matthew in the thickest and most dangerous terrain. Despite extensive searching, no trace of Matthew has ever been found. There have been theories about his disappearance. Some of the theories include abduction, getting lost and succumbing to the elements, Bigfoot, or even aliens. However, most of his family agrees that he went hiking and either fell or got lost, and he had succumbed to his injuries or the elements.